join me on my trip to the UK. We started our trip in London and realized that my husband is not made for Europe. This happens to him in like every hotel we go to in Europe. This is the King's Cross train station, and this made me so sad. We ate so many sweets. Their baked goods are amazing. And then we just stumbled upon Sherlock Holmes's address and the museum. James was stoked. I found this tiny little violin inside their museum, and it was so cute. It even had a tiny little bow, and all the staff were dressed like little maids, and it was a really cute stop. We saw all kinds of fun things, and this was our first couple of pints of cider and beer, and we took a train out to Hampton Court Palace, which is probably one of my favorite places in the world. I've been here before. This time I took more time. We watched some of the reenactors, we got the audio guide, I read every little plaque and panel everywhere. I'm kind of obsessed with Tudor era history and just English history in general, so this is a really significant place. This was Henry VIII's kitchen. It is still the original kitchen that he had back in those days, and he ate a lot of meat. This is the Great Hall. This is the hall that Anne Boleyn and Henry VIII fell in love in, and when he had her beheaded, he got rid of every sign of her except for this one little bit of their initials that are still combined. Now, whether he did it out of love or he just forgot, I don't really know. I don't really care. I still think it's pretty darn cool. There's also some stained glass in his little privy chamber, and here's just one of the cool little, I don't know, alleyways in the castle. James did a pretty good job at recreating his look. This is the entrance to his chapel, and his chapel, his private chapel, was beautiful. I was obsessed with the ceiling. Speaking of ceilings, this was a hallway. No, this wasn't a hallway. This was a game room, and all of these rooms had all these paintings, but this is a Caravaggio. This is another Caravaggio, which is my favorite artist, so I was very excited to see too. When you get into the newer wings of this palace, it gets really intricate. The art is super intricate, and this was the arms room, and those are all guns and knives, and swords, which I thought were really cool. And the gardens are stunning as well. We got really lucky. It was a really sunny day. This clock is super cool. It's actually an astrological clock. And of course, the Tudor rose when you leave Hampton Court Palace. Oh, look, some more baked goods. I ate so many sweets when I was there. We got super lucky. We went in mid-May, and it was actually very sunny the whole time and pretty warm. London gets pretty humid. And then we happened to stumble upon Westminster Abbey when they were having an event. So listen to the bells. Later that day, James drug me to Buckingham Palace, which is meh, but we did see all of these rollerbladers. There were so many of them. They never stopped. And people love when it's sunny in London. They just stand outside. Just people were standing outside of every pub drinking pints. We ended up going to this pub, which was super cool, and we had a delicious couple of pies and mash, and ended our night with sticky toffee pudding and Eton mess. And then back to the hotel where the beautiful train station. And be sure to subscribe for part 2, and let me know if you want to see more of our travel adventures.